Happy day, everybody. I'm Adam Abbott here, and I'm coming to you today to talk about creating our new world. What kind of world would you like it to be? Would you like it to be a world where no one worries about their basic necessities? Where everyone is anxious to do actions to help one another? And where no one wants to be just a freeloader or totally in reception, where everybody is just super motivated to give all the time with no thought of themselves, because there is no need to be concerned about yourself when you live in a world where everyone around you is concerned for you and for each other and one another and not themselves. This is the kind of world that I aspire to, that many of us aspire to. Now, you'll have a lot of different spiritual organizations and places that you can study how to get into this mindset or into this level of spirituality. And they're great, wonderful. But you always have to remember that you got to come back to yourself. At some point, the structured learning is let go so that you can receive from within yourself what needs to be shared with the world and what needs to come through you. But I can give you some hints of what I've been through since I am 58 years old now. I believed that meditation has been one of the life-saving things in my life, and that can be Buddhist meditation, Hindu meditation, yoga, physical yoga classes where they combine meditation at the end. All kinds of yoga are great. A lot of disciplined yoga teachers say you can only do this kind of yoga or you can only do that kind of yoga. And other ones have said, no, I'm going to do an eclectic mix of several kinds of yoga. I'm going to incorporate and channel my yoga from within me, not go by somebody's yoga written in a book. So the yoga magazine will tell you, that's not right, and you have to just do hatha yoga, or you have to just do kundalini yoga or Bikram hot yoga. I love them all. And I love a teacher that realizes that in this world, and in America, this happens a lot because we're already a melting pot and a mixture of many cultures and many races, that in this world, we now need to mix it up. We need to take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and see how they relate and combine them and use the best of everything at the moment that it is needed. So I learned from my wonderful friends in Kabbalah. Some of you in America will call it Kabbalah. So just put in www.kabbalah.info. And over there, you can discover wonderful teachers and wonderful classes on that subject. And now that subject is the core of what I'm talking about in the new world. Creating a world where we are only concerned with the welfare and benefit of each other. And therefore, our self-concern goes away. Our fears are not necessary. Our survival, our basic survival fears, how am I going to pay for healthcare? How am I going to get my teeth fixed? How am I going to pay my mortgage? And my car insurance is too high. And the phones are costing me hundreds a month. And I can make a list of how expenses have been configured in our society to make it almost impossible for people to, for medium and low income people to actually not worry about their bills. But we don't have to live like that. We do not have to be corporate slaves, slaves to greed, slaves to unfulfilled desire, which is what's happening. They're giving us a false need, something that we want, and then making us pay a lot of money for it. We can live differently. Yes, and we'll be able to have all those things too, because there is no limit and we are unlimited. But our focus can be either on ourself, gimme, 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 or it can be on achieving a higher level of spiritual awareness, which is never going to come with the mindset of gimme, 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 gimme. That's going to be a corrupted mindset. You might achieve some spiritual power and things like that if you go ahead and you do your meditation and your yoga and learn the principles of Kabbalah and Taoism and, all these other things. You can, you can get a lot of wisdom, but the actual practice takes more than wisdom. You've got to have that light of love and that mercy and that compassion and caring that is directed outwards in a manner of bestowal, in a manner of giving to one another. And this is what I aspire to. I realize every day my shortcomings and my failings in that manner. And I also realize every day as I try to do the external work, food bank, food delivery, helping people who don't know how to fill out the forms for even getting food stamps and housing and and people that can't have medicine, because I live in Florida where we reject Medicaid for poor people. And so people below a certain income level can't have health insurance unless they're disabled. There's millions of them in Florida like that. And the funny thing is we keep voting officials in office that continue to be harsh on the poor and create a prison economy for them, which is also very expensive because they privatize that, and it's all geared to make money off of the downtrodden, the incarcerated, the poor. So we're kind of in a crisis in this country because we've got a good portion of the country that really wants to live that way. Make me great again. Me first. We don't want to help them, and we don't want to help them, and they are not part of us, and they are not part of us. That's a sad state to be in because every single thing is a part of us. Now, I know I cannot cure the world from the outside in by doing external actions to try to cure the sick and house the homeless and feed the hungry. That's not going to fix it. What will fix it is the whole change from within, where we all become one heart, one mind, one caring soul that cares about each of its pieces as it does itself, where there's no difference between the two. That's how all this will be cured. The cruelty towards animals and the destruction of nature, all of that automatically be cured if we love one another. So you can spend lifetimes fighting for animal rights and, against cruelty of animals and spreading those horrible videos of animal torture and skinning alive for the fur and beating in the caging for food and all these horrible, horrible things that, you spread on the internet because you're concerned about it. Understand that your intentions are good, but all you're doing is spreading more of the negative reality. So let's stop it and tell those companies, those organizations that we give money to help those things to stop spending their money printing more materials showing the abominations that exist. Let's print materials that show the hopeful things that exist, the sanctuaries that are the saving that's being done. Let's use the money to spread that, not these horrible, horrible depictions that you give money to make go away, and all you do is get more of it because you gave money. That's trying to work on something from the outside in. We need to work from the inside out. That means each one of us has the power to commit this change in our whole structure of being big reception pigs, so to speak, into becoming wonderful bestowal souls. And that's our goal. It just takes one of us to actually achieve that, to create like an avalanche effect where it happens to every one of us. One heart, one mind, one soul, one body, one man and woman together into this wonderful, caring wholeness, mass consciousness that knows each of its parts. And that's my goal for today, is that we aspire to that and stop fighting on the external level. It's not going to help. Let's help in a way that will create the new world. And then all the wrongs that you're still concerned with righting or getting revenge for, or avenging someone that's been wronged, or group of someone's that's been wronged, stop worrying about that. It will all go away if you commit this change within yourself. Let's make a pact to do that. Let's make a pact within us, within ourselves, with our higher self, which is with each other, that we're going to work inside of us to make us the best that we can be. The only way to change the world is to change our own self and rise ourselves to the awareness of who we already are. Unlimited and powerful, with access to the all of creation. It's going to be beyond anything that we think in our minds. So let's not dwell there. Let's dwell in the hope and in the faith and in the aspiration to be no longer self-concerned. I love you. Let's express love every day to one another and our fellow human beings, regardless of their political affiliations. And let love guide us. Happy day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.